All right, welcome to The Bull versus the Bear. This is where we dig into both sides of the story for some of today's most talked about stocks.
You know, this quote from Jim Cramer just says it all, doesn't it? I mean, we're talking about Pfizer, a massive pharma giant, a name everyone knows, and yet its stock is trading like the company has no future. So what on earth is going on here?
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll look at the bear case, why everyone's so down on the stock. Then, we'll flip it and cover the bull case for a big turnaround. After that, we'll dig into the numbers, and finally, we'll wrap it all up so you can decide for yourself. Let's get right into it.
All right, first up, the bear case. Why do so many investors think there's a perfect storm brewing for Pfizer? Let's take a look.
So, the heart of the whole bear argument, really, it all comes down to one thing, the patent cliff. And look, for any drug company, this is the stuff of nightmares. But for Pfizer, we're not just talking about a cliff. It's more like a gaping canyon.
And to understand just how big this canyon is, look at this number. We're talking about $17 billion. That's billion with a B. That's how much annual revenue is at risk as their patents expire over the next few years. That money could just, poof, vanish as generics hit the market. That is a massive, massive hole to fill.
And we're not talking about some minor drugs on the fringe here. No. These are the crown jewels. We're talking about blockbusters like the blood thinner Eliquis, the cancer drug Ibrance. These are the absolute engines that have powered Pfizer's profits for years, and they're all about to face generic competition.
On top of that, you've got the great COVID hangover. Pfizer had this absolutely insane windfall from the vaccine, right? Revenue shot up to over $100 billion. But now, it's crashing back down to earth. And that sharp drop makes staring down that patent cliff, well, it makes it 10 times scarier.
And as if that wasn't enough, the bears have a whole list of other worries. You've got fierce competition for their other key drugs. There are real fears that they're cutting R&D costs too much, which could kill future innovation. And then there's the long, painful history of this stock just not performing for years. Oh, and the risk that these huge, expensive acquisitions they're making just won't pay off. It's a lot.
So you look at all that, and it's a pretty bleak picture, right? You have to ask, how can Pfizer possibly fight its way out of this corner? Is this just a slow decline into irrelevance? Well, the bulls, they have a very different story to tell. They say, absolutely, there's a path forward.
Okay, let's flip the script. Time for the bull case. This is the story of a major turnaround plan and how Pfizer plans to reignite its growth engine.
The whole bull argument really boils down to a three-step plan. It's pretty straightforward. Step 1, go on a shopping spree with aggressive M&A. Step 2, cut costs big time. And Step 3, completely reinvent their pipeline of new drugs.
And when we say aggressive M&A, we mean it. They're throwing serious money at this problem. I mean, a $43 billion deal for Seagen to basically become a powerhouse in cancer drugs. And now they're aiming to jump into that red-hot weight loss market. They are not messing around. And while they're spending all that money, they're also saving it. They are on a mission to slash over $7 billion in annual costs by 2027. And that's huge, because every dollar saved goes straight to the bottom line, making the whole operation leaner and meaner.
And this is maybe the most important part for the bulls. This isn't just some fantasy plan for the future. It's happening now. If you just look at their business without the COVID stuff, their core product revenue is already growing. The ship is already starting to turn.
Okay, so the strategy might be working. But what about the stock price? Is it a good deal? Let's get into the numbers, because this is where the bull case gets really interesting.
Okay, just look at this chart. It kind of says everything you need to know. Pfizer's trading at a PE ratio of about 7.8. Its peers, they're way up at 22. That is a gigantic discount. It tells you the market is just incredibly pessimistic right now, and maybe, just maybe, has pushed the stock down too far. And it's not just us saying this. Look at what analysts at a place like Morningstar think. They estimate the stock's fair value is around $36. Well, it's trading in the mid-20s. That is a pretty significant gap between the price today and where some people think it should be. And here's the real kicker. While you wait for this whole turnaround to hopefully happen, you get paid. And you get paid well. A 7% dividend yield. That is huge. It's one of the best you'll find anywhere. The bulls say this is the definition of getting paid to wait.
All right, we've heard two completely different takes on Pfizer, a total clash of narratives. So let's put it all together for the final verdict.
So let's just boil it down. The bear case. It's a value trap. You've got this terrifying patent cliff, revenue that's falling apart, and a history of underperformance. The bull case? No, it's a classic turnaround story. The stock is deeply undervalued. They're making huge moves in cancer and weight loss, and you get that massive 7% dividend while you wait for it to work. Two totally different worlds.
Which brings us to the big question, the one that really matters for anyone looking at this stock.
So now it's over to you. We really want to know what you think. Is Pfizer a sinking ship, a value trap you shouldn't touch, or is this a golden turnaround opportunity in the making? Let us know which side you're on and why down in the comments.
Hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button for the bull versus the bear. And give this a like too. It really helps the channel out. Make sure to check out our other deep dives. And hey, thanks for watching.